All right, let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin is dumping again. Let's go live. Let's go live and talk about this. Now, before that, hang on, because I still need to fix one thing in the stream. So let me find it at source. There we go. There we go, and then loop. There we go, okay. See, I do think it's going way too quick. This is going very fast. Let's see. There we go. Over there. All right. All right. I'll put it in this corner. Or even over here. Nah, this corner. And there we go. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. 69K. Are we about to drop down below it? 69K. Are we about to drop to the 68K? Let me prepare a text. There we go. Almost below. Even 69K. That's insane. Oh no, it was a wick. I don't think it is the best chart to look at. No. Index Binance. Okay. So we are dropping like crazy at this current moment. And I am not scared at all. I am not panicking. I am not fearful. I am not worried. I am feeling extremely good and extremely greedy, to be honest. Okay? Now, at the one side, that's not a good feeling to have, even for me. Even for me, if I'm feeling greedy, if I'm feeling good, like, I'm having these feelings, that's not indicating a bottom, okay? That is not indicating a bottom. We will bottom out when I myself, me, am even feeling like maybe it's actually over, maybe this time could be different. That is when we will bottom out. Not when I'm thinking, this is all fine. No, when I'm actually thinking, it might actually be over, that's when we bottom out, okay? But even though I know probably it's not going to be the bottom, probably it's not going to be the ultimate bottom, I am already starting to accumulate and I am already starting to buy. That is what I'm doing myself. Like you can see over on this screenshot and over on the Bybit account that I shared earlier in the video, etc. Well, I am starting to buy. My buy order from the 71K has already been getting hit. My buy order before that from the 74K has already been getting hit. My buy order from the 68K possibly is about to get hit. That would be very nice if we are about to drop to towards that level. But basically, yeah, like I promised, I am starting to buy inside of this region, Right now, I'm starting to buy a bit more aggressively. Below in the yellow zone, I'll be buying even more aggressively. And then starting from the 50K, around below the 50K to around the 40K region, I will even be opening up some big leverage swing trading position with inverse perpetual inverse perpetuals. So I'll be using my Bitcoin as collateral to raise liquidity. So I'll be using debt to buy even more Bitcoin with my Bitcoin as collateral, that's what I'm gonna be doing below the 50k, and then below the 40k even, I'll be using even more. I'll be adding even more, and below that, I'm literally gonna sell everything to buy more Bitcoin, to be able to buy more Bitcoin. So yeah, that's my strategy. That is what I've been explaining, right? And right now we're hitting that stage where I'm buying Bitcoin. Guys. I'm buying Bitcoin. And even though I think, right, I probably think that this is not the ultimate Bitcoin bottom, I do think that it is already smart to start accumulating some Bitcoin right now, because you never know exactly when that bottom is going to come in. The only wisest move to do is to dollar cost average into the market, just like how we dollar cost averaged out of the market at the tops, right? Just like we were selling systematically at the tops, I'm right now systematically buying at the bottoms, and this will, even if Bitcoin is going to be bottoming out right over here at below the 40k region, well then probably my average buy entry will be coming in at the 50k level, probably, right? If I'm already starting to accumulate starting from this point right over here, probably my average buy will be at about the 50k, and if this was the exact bottom, well, price will probably go something like this, right? It will not go like this, but just hypothetically, and then after that it will come above my average entry, and then boom, we enter a big boom market. And then, I mean, my average entry was still very good compared to the bottom, right? I've got a very good average entry, and then I'm making good money. So that is the plan. That is why I'm already accumulating now, even though I do not think we have hit the exact bottom just yet. Now, just like I said, you were the first one started saying all season. Yeah, all season. I've gotta admit, okay, all season is the only thing that didn't happen at all. Okay, and when I started saying that we were topping out for Bitcoin, I was saying maybe it's not gonna happen anymore. Maybe this time is different. Maybe this time I am actually wrong, because the interest rates were very high, and I think that is one of the majority reasons of why we didn't get our big all season. But if during the next cycle, because now I'm talking about the next cycle, right? If during the next cycle interest rates will be near zero again, and because of the fact that during the last cycle we didn't have any big huge alt season, if next cycle we will get interest rates near zero again, I think during the next cycle we will get the biggest alt season ever before, and we will make up for all of the gains we didn't have during this cycle. We will make up for all of the gains during next cycle, because then we will make up for everything. Then I think we will explode like crazy. And I think during the next cycle, because we have had like this huge of a reaccumulation for Ethereum can easily then next cycle, if development persists, and if development continues, and if tokenization continues, if BlackRock is still bullish on tokenization, just like they currently are, if that will still happen during the next cycle, when interest rates are near zero, well, then I think Ethereum will easily blast off to the 15k regions. It is just making a lot of sense. It's just logical. It is just, in my personal opinion, I mean, like, logical. That's what I will say. Okay, logical. I cannot say anything else. There's not been an altcoin season for like 8 years. That will never happen. Be happy. I would say there has been an alt season. I would classify an altcoin season whenever the Bitcoin dominance is dumping consistently. I would classify it as being an altcoin season. And that could still happen right now. It could still happen right now. I do not think so, because I think now interest rates need to be at near zero, or at least decreasing heavily, and more liquidity needs to be injected in the market for liquidity to be flowing from high caps, so Bitcoin or even stocks, into lower caps, and then more riskier and riskier assets eventually flowing into Bitcoin altcoins. Now, for an altcoin season to start, I just think Bitcoin dominance needs to drop significantly. That's an alt season, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, whenever that will happen, and that has happened in 2021, that has happened in 2017, whenever that will happen again, well, I think we are in an alt season. Also, the beard looks sick. Honestly, I was meant to shave it, like go to the barber downstairs already for like 3 days or something. But each and every single time when I was about to go, like something else came up because of the insane price action we're currently getting. So yeah, I need to delay it with another day again, because right now I was meant to go, but I mean I needed to go live because prices will not give me a break at this current moment. So I mean, glad you like it, but I do think it needs a little bit of a shave. But maybe it's a bit of bear market vibes, maybe even, right? We don't have any time right now to go to the barber. Pekka, that's true. You're saying the money is only rotating between meme coins or like shit coins, but no, I don't think that's true at all. I think whenever there's enough liquidity will flow into good fundamental altcoins as well. That is not what we have seen during this cycle. There's just simply not been enough liquidity in the crypto market for that to happen, and all of the liquidity that was there was just flowing into Bitcoin and not any riskier assets. Why was it flowing in towards Bitcoin? Well, because of the ETF flows and because of the institutional investors, which were only focused on Bitcoin because there was not enough liquidity, because people did not find it necessary enough to also invest in alternative investments. But why meme coins did go up a lot? Well, first of all, most of the meme coins that were going up this much during the cycle, it was all pretty much just fake and artificial. Okay, most of it was. Okay, and the few meme coins that did really, with 100% of the, because most of the meme coins, 90% were owned by nobody. Okay, so it like 10% was real, 10% of the coins were actually traded, and then, but most of the coins were like this. So most of the coins were artificially pumped this much to the upside. But of the coins that were traded, like Pepe, for example, this was like evenly distributed. Well, honestly, but most of it was indeed rotated back and forth, and was just rotating from the one coin to the other coin, and then it was dumping to zero. But this is just degenerate gambling money. This is not something big, institutional, big wheels that are pushing adoption into tokenization, into RWA, into revenue generating crypto apps. I mean, it's nothing like that. It's just degenerate gambling money, and it was not like huge, big money. Okay, I do not think that anybody here really made life-changing wealth on meme coins. Okay, that's not what has happened during this cycle. During the last cycle, whenever we did get a proper alt season, a lot of people made a lot of money with altcoins. So I do think the same thing will be happening again during the next cycle. Look how far top 50 altcoins have already dropped. I cannot imagine Bitcoin going to 40k altcoins will be completely wrecked, and that is exactly what has happened every single cycle. So probably the same thing is going to happen. And for example, Solana, I had a look into Solana just a couple hours ago because people were talking about it. And yeah, Solana has dropped below this important level of support. It's only the beginning. That's what I can tell you. That's what I think, right? That's what I think. I think Solana realistically having a look into and by the way, I'm not gonna drop any like big opium right here during the stream. I'm just sharing what I actually think about the market. If you do not like it, you can just stop watching because I mean I'm just in here to make money, and I hope you're too. I'm not to spoon feed you with opium. I'm not here to do that at all. I'm just here to tell you a realistic overview of what I think about the market. Okay, and that is what I've been doing whenever the times have been good, and that is what I was doing as well, and will be doing whenever times are rough. Okay, I'll be telling you straight up what I think about the market. Okay, and also, by the way, that is also what I've been doing during the exact Ethereum bottoms right over here, where I've been accumulating and opening up all of my massive Ethereum trades. While I've been doing that, while during these bottoms, everybody has been fearful, and I've been telling you, oh, great times are incoming. And nobody was listening, but then during the tops, nobody was listening that rough times were coming. Okay, so it's the complete opposite. But so I'll just be telling you what I think about the market. Okay, Solana, I do think the next massive big cluster of support, in my personal opinion, is going to be coming in at the $50 level. Okay, at the $50 level, and it would make a lot of sense for Solana to drop again with 84%. I mean, look what has happened during the last bear market. It has also dropped with 96%. It would make a lot of sense for Solana to drop back again to 80%. That's pretty realistic in my personal opinion. And from off the current levels, that's another 50% decreasement. Okay, that is how it works. That's how it works in crypto. And I would even not be surprised to see us going back to $30 to this level over here. I would not be surprised to see that happening. So what I'll quickly draw up for Solana, because I will be interested in buying some Solana. Okay, if we drop to about these levels, I think. Let me make this the red zone. So these will be my buying levels. Let me draw it up quickly now. I'll make this white, or let's make it a red level, and we'll make a rainbow. We'll make a very nice rainbow. I'd say already starting from this point, orange, then this point like yellow, and I think we need a log chart for this, and green, and lower than that I'm not interested. Lower than that I'm honestly not interested for. And then we make this white. There we go. So these will be my levels for Solana. Very nice and easy. Very simple. Do not overcomplicate things. And yeah, lower than that, I'm not interested in it anymore, because then I think it will be a dead shitcoin. And I do not think it will survive. I'll just hold my bags and do nothing. That's simply it. So these are going to be the levels for Solana for me. If we come towards these levels, I'm a buyer. And the lower we will go, the more aggressively I will buy. I'll just dollar cost average in to this zone. Okay, let me draw it. This zone. Okay, it's not the perfect box, but that box, I'll be a buyer. Yeah, you already need to make your plan before you're coming towards levels. Also, for example, with Ethereum, also with Bitcoin, also with Solana, also with which coins you want to buy. You already need to make your plan before the price moves there, because then you can set your limit orders and then you will be getting filled on the wicks. That's 100% very true. If we are about to wick now to the 68k level, I'm about to fill another order. So let's go. Let's go. Let's see if we can do that. Also, by the way, for all of the people watching, we are also about to get some economic news. And I just went live a little bit earlier than I was supposed to. But today we are in like 1 hour time almost. We are about to get also. And by the way, the rate decision just happened from... Oh, no. That's about to happen in half an hour now, from now on. The rate decision from the EU. Okay? I do not think it will be anything all too significant, but we will be watching into it live. And also the initial jobless claims and the GOLTS job openings I'll not be watching because it will be too late here in Dubai. It will be too late here in Dubai. But these two events we are about to get during the live stream, and definitely more volatility is going to be incoming whenever we are about to get that. Your whole I am feeling monologue didn't make any sense. I don't feel like going good, but I feel like this when we reached a bottom. Not a strong start of the session. Maybe you think so. Maybe I didn't explain myself clearly enough, but just simply explaining it more carefully. Whenever everybody is thinking it's over, and whenever everybody is super fearful and think that it will not be all right anymore with this certain asset, for example, Bitcoin. So whenever everybody is panicking, well, that is usually always marking the bottom, because then the big players scoop up the assets and the weak hands will be shaken out. And that is when the reaccumulation starts, and where simply the weekends will be shaken out. Smart buyers will scoop up their Bitcoin, and that usually always marks the bottom. Very simply. Okay. Now I myself, most people are starting to panic already. Okay. Now, so most of the weaker hands, they're already being shaken out now. But I myself am not getting this feeling just yet that it is over. Now, usually, whenever I do start to get the feeling that it's over, and I myself would classify myself as somewhat of a stronger hand relatively to most of the retail, but when I myself am starting to get the feeling that it's over, that is usually the moment when we start to bottom out, when the reaccumulation is happening, when we really want to pay attention. Now, I am not getting that feeling just yet. Okay? So I do think that Bitcoin can see a bit more panic, can move a little bit lower, and we can see some lower prices in order for me to start to get that feeling where it's over and maybe we need to start to get worried. Okay? That's basically what I was saying. So, because of that feeling, that internal feeling, I do think that Bitcoin can be headed a bit lower. Let me know if that makes sense to you now. And after that, I was saying that even though I do not think it's over yet, okay? Even though I do not think this yet, even though I think Bitcoin might be headed lower, very simply, even though I think Bitcoin might be headed even lower, I do think it is already a good time to start accumulating, because we will never know when the exact bottom is gonna be reached. Okay? It might be anywhere in between of this region, might be anywhere in between of this region, might be anywhere in between of this region. Maybe Trump is going to be coming out tomorrow and is gonna say some stupid or some amazing things for Bitcoin. Or maybe some stupid things, I don't know. Okay, but nobody knows when Trump is, or some other influential figure is gonna come out and say something like that. And, you know, so nobody knows when the exact bottom is gonna be reached. So even though I do think that Bitcoin could be headed lower, I do think that it is wise to already start accumulating Bitcoin for myself. What feeling is this? Well, it's simply. Did you guys never have this? I mean, maybe if you're new to crypto, you didn't have this. But for example, Bitcoin always bottoms out at levels when everybody thinks it's over. Okay, did you think that the majority stake of people were thinking, oh, it's a good time to accumulate right over here? No, everybody thought it's over for Bitcoin. We're gonna reach 12K. We're gonna drop down even lower. We're gonna drop down to 10K. We're gonna liquidate Michael Saylor. We're gonna be forcing some more liquidations. Everybody thought that. Nobody thought, oh, it's a good time to accumulate here. Let's go. Ready for the next bull market. Okay? And when everybody is thinking that again, during this bear market, when everybody is thinking again, we're gonna liquidate Saylor, we're gonna liquidate X, we're gonna liquidate Y, we're gonna liquidate Z, we're gonna head down even lower, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna be headed for 40K, we're gonna be headed for 30K. When everybody is saying that, and when everybody is saying, I'm waiting to buy because we're gonna head down even lower, well, that probably will be the bottom. Okay, but we haven't reached that period yet. So, show the prices from the right, but then you will not see some things from the left. But I can do that. I can do that. Now you'll see that. I just need to readjust my charts some of the times. Bitcoin seeing a bit of a bounce now. Bit of a bounce. Yo, Trader PA, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, my man? Are we about to get some good accumulation levels? Some good accumulation levels. I lost 2K today in Bitcoin. Did you get liquidated or is it an unrealized loss? Because I'm also, right now, from my initial buys, I'm also getting some unrealized losses, but I do not care at all because they are long-term Bitcoin buys over the next couple of years. So historically you are correct, but don't you think Saylor having so much Bitcoin, the AI bubble bursting, and geopolitical uncertainty could potentially kill the market? I mean, it could kill the market short term, but long term Bitcoin will still be here. The network will still survive. The hash rate will be still there. Like, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we are about to enter a big global recession. Maybe, it may be. But in the long term, Bitcoin will still be here. And whenever people will panic and think it's over, maybe that's gonna be coming in here at the 40K to 20K region, okay? But I'm still gonna be a buyer in between that level. I'm still gonna buy in between that level if shit hits the fan, right? But ultimately, the network is still gonna be here, and Bitcoin is still gonna survive, and probably fundamentals are still gonna get stronger and stronger, and so I'm gonna be a buyer. I'm gonna accumulate, and eventually we're gonna get out of this, and we will be stronger than ever before. The same thing happened with gold, right? I mean, gold has also seen some tough, big bear markets. Let me load up a different chart. Gold. There we go. I mean, don't you think that during this reaccumulation, people thought that gold was never gonna be surviving again? I mean, come on, this has been a bear market here of 6 years. What was it? 6 years, something around that, right? I mean, this whole entire bear market has been of 91 bars, like 7 years, and maybe even 8, like almost 8 years. 8 years of bear market, and then gold did this because, you know, fundamentals behind the scenes, I mean, they did not really develop for gold, but they remained the same. And then the US dollar devalued, and right now people are starting to catch up on the idea maybe gold is not such a bad asset after all. And boom, gold does this. Now, the same thing will happen with Bitcoin. If in the worst case scenario we are about to see a multi-year bear market, if indeed, like you have said, if indeed everything is about to burst, we are about to enter a big recession, if that indeed has happened, it's gonna happen, maybe Bitcoin is gonna enter a 10-year reaccumulation range, but ultimately, Bitcoin is the greatest asset on earth, so ultimately, I do think that Bitcoin will persist and will continue to go up. That's my personal opinion. So I will still be a buyer. Unrealized loss running. Yeah. Me too. I mean, my spot buys. I do not even want to make a quick profit right now. I do not even want to buy now and get rich tomorrow. I want to buy now. I want to stay. I want Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin to stay between these levels for at least 1 year. I want that. I want that because I want to accumulate as many Bitcoin as possible. I want to play the long-term game. I want Bitcoin to stay in between of these levels for a year or so. Because then I know that during the next bull market, I'll be making all the money. So, yeah. I do not want us. I honestly do not want us go down now and see a big reversal and make a lot of money now immediately. Because how high can we go? Like, if we go up to the upside again, how high can we go back to 97? I do not really care about these small gains here now, right? That is the thing. Anyways, some news events are about to come out today. I need to change the live stream thumbnail and title soon because of these events. Are you expecting a significant bounce at 69? Yes. Not specifically at 69, but around this region, I do think that we are about to see a bit of a bounce, at least back to the like 80K region. 80K, around that, right? Is it that significant? Well, I'm not sure what you classify as significant, but a 20% increase is quite strong, in my opinion. Quite nice. And then still, the risk to reward is much better on the long side from of this point than on the short side, because shorting with a minus 20% decrease would put us at 55K. And I do think that from of this level, 80K is going to be more likely than 55K of the level that will be reached first. So I think the risk to reward is better on the long side. Anyways, let me check up on the thumbnail and title, because then I'll be able to change it fairly soon. So need to go to my streams, and I'm gonna copy over this thumbnail and title over here where I'm talking with Jerome Paul. I'm gonna copy this. I'll just ask my thumbnail editor. Okay, there we go. Let me already copy title. So yeah, you guys do not need to move over. You can just stay in this stream, and then I'll be deleting the other stream. There we go. Other stream is deleted. Just need to upload the thumbnail, and then we're all set. What's Bitcoin doing? Bit of a bounce, bit of a consolidation. If we can drop lower, it would honestly be perfect. Fill some more orders. All right, there we go. Got the thumbnail. There we go. Save. And by the way, just a quick thing. If you're interested in trading, well, you can do it over on 2bit, because over on 2bit you can claim a big deposit bonus over on 60,000 US dollars in rewards, and also a 25% trading fee discount, which is definitely very valuable. Now, this link is not working for me because I'm in the UAE, and then I need to use 2bit.pro. 2bit.pro, and then it will be working if it wants to load. All right, great. This is my internet. Nope, don't think so. Okay, we'll check it out after the stream. But let me know. Link down below. You can claim 60k US dollars in deposit bonuses and 25% trading fee discount. So that's very valuable. Let's see if Bitcoin will get a bit of a move again, or volatility dies down. I mean, I do think we are about to get some big moves soon again. It would be pretty logical with the current price action, with the current events that are upcoming. Big moves in which direction? I still hope to the downside, honestly, to fill more orders to get me filled, and then to the upside. But let's see about that. I mean, I would be pretty okay with both directions, honestly, right now. To the upside would be okay, but I would rather move to the downside first and then to the upside. By the way, let me also order some food, because right now I need to do this live stream. Let me order some food right now so I can continue the live stream. All right, there we go. Yeah. We want to see a couple of crashes, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to happen today. I mean, I'm pretty patient now. I know it's gonna be taking a long while. It might take the next couple of months, and that is totally okay for me. I do not need to get filled today, like with all of my orders. We can easily it can easily take a bit longer. What have you ordered? A nice salmon fillet. So nice and good, nice and healthy. It's not a pizza. Not a pizza. Not today. Now. What are you about to eat, trader? Are you also about to eat pizza or salmon fillet? Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. A bit of a bounce. Bit of a bounce. Okay. Let's see. Let's see where this will bring us. Back above 70K, yes or no? Let's see. Let's see. 69.5 dropping. I mean, yeah, if you go below 69.5 again, it's gonna be a drop. But let's see. Let's see. I mean, about the data that we are about to get, let's talk about that. Initial jobless claims. Well, I think this right now is the most important data that we can have a look into. Maybe also the unemployment rate, but initial jobless claims are also kind of right. But initial jobless claims, what we need is the labor market to be weak again. To be weak. Because Jerome Powell has said that according to the Fed, the labor market is looking relatively strong again. So they do not have an incentive to cut interest rates as of right now. So if the labor market will get weak again, meaning higher unemployment, meaning more initial jobless claims, well then the Fed has reason to stimulate the economy again, to lower interest rates. Okay, that's basically what we're gonna be having a look at. And I'm not sure why it's not shared over here. Oh yeah, initial jobless claims. So the previous one has been coming in at 209K. The consensus is to 12K, and the forecast is 214K. So I would say anywhere above these levels here it's going to be bullish anywhere. It's very simple, right? More jobless claims is going to be bullish for the markets. Less jobless claims is going to be bearish for the markets, because more jobless claims would mean a higher incentive for the Fed to cut interest rates, and lower jobless claims would mean a lower incentive for the Fed to cut interest rates. Very simple to understand. So, yeah, that is what we're going to watch fairly soon. Now, also, the ECB interest rate decision, nothing is about to be expected. Nothing is about to change, probably. I do think that nothing will be changed. But maybe if this one will be lowered, we can see a bit of a push, right? A bump for Bitcoin, some kind of a push. Are you able to broadcast Bloomberg Live or similar so we can watch the data come out together? I mean, what I'm always doing, and I found that this is the quickest source, is actually having a look into X, the following tab, and turning on your notifications, and following a few good people. Like, for example, and this one is usually always kind of the quickest, Financial Juice. Then you also have Watch Your Guru. Yeah, just follow some news sources over on X, and then go to your following tab. So 3 minutes until the interest rate decision. I do not expect anything major, but let's see. Also, what do you think of altcoins? I'm fairly heavy into Polkadot smart contracts. I do not think that Polkadot is the best investment out there at all, especially not in the current markets. Smash the like. Thank you so much. Of course, do not forget to smash up that like button. Definitely be highly appreciated. Bank of England held rates steady today. Right? Yes, they did. But I think the ECB will do the same thing, probably. Uh, 1 minute. Also, by the way, it will be posted over on X, so going recent. Let's have a look. Nothing that much is happening. A bit of a dump. Still 8 seconds to go. And let's see. Didn't get any notifications yet. I do not think anything has changed. It's loading. Oh, was popping up just there. Oops, no, that's not it. Why is Financial Juice not posting it? Very strange. Oh yeah, 2.50. Okay, so yeah, came in as expected. Nothing major at all. Only Zero Hedge has posted it. All right. All right. Oh, not even. Not even, by the way. He didn't post the interest rates. He posted faculty rate, facility rate. Oh, now Financial Juice is posting it. Wow. Wow. See you later. Bye bye, man. Bye bye. In 13 minutes, the jobless claims data is about to come out. So, yeah, we'll be watching that. We will be watching that. Bitcoin last two cycle bottoms happened above electric electrical cost. Current electrical cost is $58,470. It's a pretty important, pretty interesting source, right? Interesting thing, and it's very true. Bitcoin usually always bottoms out above the electrical cost. Now, maybe this time could be a bit different because most of the Bitcoins, as we know, are already in circulation. So let's see. But definitely, like if you have a look into this chart, at least we are approaching some good accumulation levels, right? That's one thing that's going to be for certain. Bit of a bear flag. Bit of a bear flag. Let's have a look into the data. And also, by the way, if you have any questions, guys, make sure to drop it in the live chat. We can have some interesting discussions. Honestly, the 47K just looks so reasonable. Honestly. Nice. Pretty nice. Any news on XRP? Heavy 10% drop. Well, I'm not in any altcoins right now. So, but I'm not sure about XRP specifically. I'm not sure about any altcoin specifically right now. I'm just watching a select few altcoins, right? We can go over it right now. What altcoins I'll be watching and looking to be accumulating and why. Why does he want me to log in? Nah, but first of all, Bitcoin, obviously, then Ethereum. BNB, if Binance is still kind of relevant, only because I do think that some kind of shift will happen here. So maybe it's a big if for BNB. Then Solana, I will be accumulating some Solana, but also depending on the metrics. Then Whitebit, it's a big, guys, it's a big Ponzi. It's a big Ponzi. How is this coin at number 11? It's crazy. I wanted to short this, but you cannot short it anywhere else than on Whitebit itself. So be careful for this, guys. By the way, number 11, Whitebit token. It's not real. It's all fake Ponzi cropped up. Okay. So, but coins that I will be buying is hyper liquid. If again, the data and metrics will continue to be good throughout the bear market, and if the developments still continue to persist, Monero, not sure. If it comes down significantly lower. Chainlink, I'm looking to accumulate that. Definitely. Also, if interest rates drop significantly during the next cycle, then especially I'm interested in accumulating Chainlink, because last bull market it hasn't done anything significantly. I think it will make up for all of the gains that we didn't have during the last bull market. It will make up for all of the gains during the next bull market, and Chainlink will move exponentially to the upside during the next bull market if again interest rates will be at 0% or near 0. Litecoin kind of similar. Okay. Sui is overrated. Yes. Like during a bull market, the trend was up. It was all good until it lasted. But now during a bear market, I would not touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it for the next bull market. Probably. I mean, if they continue to develop, if the metrics continue to look good, I might have a look into it. But for right now, I haven't seen anything happening major on Sui, so no, I'm not gonna accumulate it, right? As of right now, this might change, right? But Sui, yeah, it's overrated for now. Okay, but that's the thing, right? As long as the trend is up, I'm bullish. But eventually, it's gonna stop, and the moment has come when Bitcoin has stopped out. It's stopping, and boom, the trend is down, and now it reverses to the downside. By the way, my food has just arrived, so I'll be just quickly opening up my door, and then after that, we're gonna have a look into the data live. Oh, let's first, I'll analyze off the charts that I still do like coins. Uniswap, like if fundamentals are still good, if metrics are still good. Aave, I like if metrics are still good. Pepe, kind of if Dogecoin, I like a lot. I'm looking to accumulate a lot of Dogecoin during this. I really need to open up the door. But, and the rest, Aster, also if the metrics are good, etc., etc. We'll have a look into this later. Let me open up the door, and after that, we'll have a look into the data. All right. There we go. I'll eat my food after the stream, but let's continue. Okay, so that's kind of the coins. That's kind of the coins that I like, and will accumulate. That's kind of it. And then probably a lot of good coins will pop up and get launched during the bear market that will show significance, like RWA tokens I'm interested in. But most of the coins here, they will not survive. I don't think so. Yeah, risk averse, so Bitcoin majority. And that's true. I think myself, I'm gonna buy 80% Bitcoin and 10% Ethereum and 10% some other altcoins like Doge, like Hyperliquid, if the metrics will be good and if Hyperliquid reaches below 15 US dollar level. Okay. And also Aave, if the metrics are still good. Pepe, maybe. So yeah, it kind of depends on how things will shape up later. Anyways, we're dumping even lower. Let's freaking go. Can we reach that 68k level? It's still a long way to go, honestly. 68. It's still a pretty long way to go. Another minus 2% drop. But it could happen. It can happen. It can happen. Let's see. Let's see. And in 3 minutes' time, we are about to get our data. And like I've said, it's very simple. Very, very, very simple. Initial jobless claims, if we come anywhere higher than 2012k or 214k, it's bullish. If we come lower than 212k, it's bearish. Okay, very simple. Higher than 214k, it's bullish. Lower than 212k, it's bearish. And you can watch your X feed. You can watch a Bloomberg or any terminal, whatever you want to get it first. And you turn on your notifications and you'll be pretty fast. This time, once all the weak coins gets killed off, only the blue chip will stay alive to accumulate. 100% very true. Very, very, very true. We're already dumping. Let's see, 1 minute left. Even 20 seconds left until the data. So let's see. New candle. Okay, is it higher than expected? Waiting for the notification. It is much higher than expected. 231k. Much higher. Look at this weak reaction. That's insane. It's clearly telling us we're in a bear market, honestly. Look at this weak reaction. I mean, this is actually very bullish, but we just dump to the downside. That's insane. That is insane. The bulls are tired. Yeah, it's insane. They're trying to break a little bit. And that is the thing, right? That is the thing. Because during, you can clearly see during bull markets, negative news hardly gets any effect on the Bitcoin price. And when you have slightest good news, we get an insane pump to the upside. Okay? And in a bear market, the exact opposite happens. Bullish news barely affects the market. Okay? And whenever you get something slightly bearish, boom, we nuke to the downside. That is the difference between a bull and bear market. And that is how you can very easily see whether you're in a bull or bear market. Honestly, we're pushing a little bit now, right? But honestly, this is pretty freaking bullish, and it's one of the most important data sets to have a look into at this current moment, because we want higher unemployment. We want that. No, I mean, I do not want that, but the market wants that, right? The market wants that. So it's something pretty bullish. And now, yeah, we're getting a bit of a bump, but honestly, it's not that significant. In a bull market, if we had anything like that, we would have instantly seen a nice push to the upside again. So, yeah, this clearly tells us in what type of market we're currently trading. It clearly tells us that. Clearly. And that has already been the case since the exact all-time. Because what have we been getting since the exact all-time? Bullish news after bullish news after bullish news after bullish news, while the market kept nuking or going sideways or nuking and barely getting affected by the bullish news anymore. That was clear redistribution. That was clear distribution. That was clear sell-offs by the big wheels. Yeah, I ran away in 2020 when Bitcoin drops to 20K. Instead of accumulating, I won't make the same mistakes ever again. 100%, 100%. Most people will stop and run away and exit the market again when we are about to bottom out. And most people will do that, even though you think you will not do that. Most people will. Most people will quit and leave the market. It is just the name of the game. But please, I'm telling you, I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do. You know, you if you want to quit, okay. But from my personal experience, most of the people that have stuck in the game, that have tried every single day, that were accumulating during the lows, they're pretty damn well off. They're pretty damn well off. They're doing pretty good. But most of the people that quit never got anywhere. It goes with anything in life. It goes with going to the gym, with building a business, with anything, right? You need to stay consistent, to show up every day, and only then you're gonna make it. Very, very simple, but hard to do. Hard to do. Very simple, but hard to do. That is the thing. Anyways, yeah, we're bouncing off to the upside a bit. The data was good. The data was good. But honestly, we're bouncing off to the upside a bit. But like, what is it? 0.4%? Not that significant. Not that significant. It's not that big of a deal. I do still think the downtrend will continue, honestly. So let's see about that. However, I cannot continue to go live the entire day. Maybe I'm gonna do another live stream tomorrow again, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Will be pretty interesting. But anyways, guys, this was it for me in today's live stream. If you did enjoy, make sure to check out all of the links down below. Some big deposit bonuses are over there. Like today's live stream, subscribe, and guys, join the Platinum group with the first link down below. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning and another live stream maybe tomorrow.